Well, hello there again. It's been probably a week since I did anything with my story about considering eternity. But I've been watching and listening, and boy, there's a whole bunch of things wrong. People, I don't know. People just getting so angry and hateful and everything all over. It's just too bad. Now me, I don't like to see anybody fail. I don't like to see anybody hurt. I don't like to see anything that goes on. Oh well. Now I've made a few comments about there's only two churches. And I'd like you, seeing how I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and don't make any bones about it, I'd like to read you something out of the Book of Mormon that where I get the knowledge about two churches. Now, this is the prophet Nephi, in the first Nephi in the Book of Mormon. It's the first book in there. Well, he says, "Look and behold that great and abominable church, which is the mother of abominations, whose founder is the devil. And he said unto me, Behold, there are saved two churches only. The one is the church of the Lamb of God, and the other is the church of the devil. Wherefore, whoso belongeth not to the church of the Lamb of God belongeth to that great church, which is the mother of abominations, and she is the whore of all the earth. And it came to pass that I looked and beheld the whore of all the earth, and she sat upon many waters, and she had dominion over all the earth, among all nations, kindreds, tongues, and people. And it came to pass that I beheld the church of the Lamb, and its numbers were few, because of the wickedness and abominations of the whore who sat upon many waters. Nevertheless, I beheld that the church of the Lamb, who were the saints of God, were also upon all the face of the earth, and their dominions upon the face of the earth were small, because of the wickedness of the great whore whom I saw." Now, that's why I say that there's two churches. There's good and evil, and people are either one or the other. Now, under that concept, it takes in no consideration of actual churches of religion, synagogues, or anything else. Because if you look about, there are good, honest, honorable people of all religions. I don't care whether it's Catholic, Jewish, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, any of them. You can even go Santeria, or whatever that one some people follow in Florida or in the islands somewhere. There's all kinds. See, and there are good, and like I say, good and honorable people all over the earth. Now, many of them have things that are taught to them, or that people tell them, and they follow because of culture and that aren't right. But because God is a kind and loving God, when He's going to judge us, He takes all that into consideration. Now, it's just like the idea is, if somebody lives a place where there is no law given, how can that person break any law, or how can that person sin if there's no he doesn't know or she doesn't know any law that a creator gave, or doesn't know any law that a government or a king or that gave. See? You got to be careful with what you say. Now, at the same time, commandments. Oh, that book, 10 Commandments, that everybody was so upset about. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit adultery. You shall not this, that, and the other. Okay, they took them off all these different places and that. But nobody understands, neither the people that believe in that or the people that don't, none of them understand they are for the people who believe that, in that denomination, that character, what they've been taught. They're not for everybody in the world. That's the same way with Islam. There's some big mistakes. There's factions and that under Islam that, they practice this. You got to believe or you're a slave or we kill you. But that's not all of Islam. See, that's where people get into trouble, because some believe that, and they've been taught by their fathers, by their ancestors, certain things, and they follow them. They haven't been taught any different, so they haven't accepted any different. And so they're not guilty of sins. Now, law, the government law, the mortal law, made up by kings and presidents and magistrates and Congress and all these things, those laws can be broken. And people are guilty of breaking those laws. But people, there shouldn't be a law that restricts homosexual activity. Because if you do it because you believe it's a sin, God didn't give you the right to do that. As far as Christians go, all judgment was given into the hands of the Son, who we believe is the Lamb of God. We don't have the right to judge people for sins. Now, in a church setting, in a synagogue, in a church, Catholic church, people can be judged by whatever denomination it is as to whether people sinned according to the religion, if those people are members of that denomination. That Catholic father can tell a person they've sinned if they're a Catholic. If they're a Jew, or if they're a Baptist or a Presbyterian, that Catholic father doesn't really have any right to tell them they sinned. The government has no right to make any laws that say people can't sin. See? Homosexuality. Even bestiality. Terrible sin. But shouldn't have a law against it unless it harms, it does damage to people or kills the animals or whatever. And you can get them for animal cruelty. You see what I'm saying? There are two churches. There is no gray area. It's either right or it's wrong. And that's where we have to be careful on how, if we judge, we have to be careful with the laws that we tell everybody, you can't do that or you have to do this. Because that's not the way it is in good or evil. If it's something that causes damage, kills people, or destroys property or steals stuff is a thief, yes, those laws are applicable and honest and honorable. But outside of that, we have to be careful. So, that is my idea for today on what we have to do if we want to get in to the better part of eternity. Have a good day. May God bless you. Talk to you again.